Yes. So true.
I can actually, I sent her a text the other day and she called me crying. And I was just like, I kind of just felt like, when you just feel the need of just like texting someone.
Yes.
Like we text each other all the time. I just had that need of texting my mom. And she called me crying and she's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm great. I'm just so grateful that no matter how I've been and I was and I will be probably, like, you're always there no matter what." That's unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to Exchanging Secrets podcast. I'm your co-host, Mindy Silva, here with
Julie Luna,
Ara Reyna,
Karen Macias,
Jennifer Durant,
Veronica Pardo.
We're so excited to have you here today. Today, we're going to be talking about the joys of parenting. If you tuned into our last couple episodes, it was the ups and downs of parenting. And we had a lot of challenges during that podcast, talking about the challenges of parenting. But there are so many great things, and we want to be able to share that with you. Before we jump in, we want to thank our sponsors. Our first sponsor, who's here with us today, Ara Reyna, Homes. We're also celebrating a little early, but her birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And what's today?
It's International Women's Day. Woohoo! We want to thank, speaking of women, there are women out there who are supporting the podcast.
Yes.
We want to thank Shannon Laird. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon.
We appreciate you. And my mom, Esther Echeverria. Thank you, Mom. Love you. And of course, what would that support be without everyone who's supporting us, including men behind the scenes? My husband, Ruben, the realtor.
Woo-hoo. Thank you.
Thank you for being a sponsor and all your support as well. All right, ladies. So we're going to talk about the joys of parenting and thinking about where that starts. Or does anybody remember that moment, that first moment where you felt like, I'm a mom? Was it when the baby was in the belly? Was when you first held your baby in your arms? And anyone want to talk about that first moment, what it felt like?
I think I still don't believe I'm a mom. I don't know that I've had that moment yet, Mindy.
We'll come back to you next episode.
I'll try to have that aha moment. Give me a second.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start, and then maybe it'll prompt someone to think about theirs. But I actually had my first pregnancy, and I believe it was 2009. I was pregnant with what would have been twins, and I did not carry that baby successfully past the first trimester, and I developed cancerous cells in my uterus as a result. And we didn't know if I'd be able to have babies after that point, after surgery. And so I remember when we finally were able to conceive, for me, that was the moment I became a mom. And when I was able to carry my first pregnancy past that first term, it was both exciting and scary because I had complications and my baby was born early. But I just remember the first time, my first baby was Riley, who's now 14, but I can recall bringing him home for the first time, and the hospital was very overwhelming. And I was like, why do they give us these babies? They don't even know if we can take care of them. That's exactly what I thought.
Where are the instructions?
Yes. Instructions. But I remember holding him and looking at him and just like weeping and telling God, thank you for this little miracle. And that while I would have been blessed to have carried those first babies, that he was meant to be in this world, that I was meant to have this moment with him. And it was so incredibly special. And I think, I don't know for you, but for me, like, it deepened my relationship with God because it was for sure. It was the ultimate miracle. I was that was my first joy, I think, moment.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Aww, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, for sure, when you hear the first heartbeat, for sure, of course, that moment, because you actually hear it. And then the first kick, right?
Yes.
That's definitely when you...
Right.
I think for me it was when I held Lily, that she is now 16. When I held her in my, they put her on your chest, I'm like, oh my God, this is my baby. That's when I feel like everything was like so real. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But again, I feel like, you get like, you want to go back in connection with God and like, God, help me. This is crazy. Like, how am I going to, raise this person? And no instructions, but we have been doing it.
Seriously, it's like the closest the closest to God. You are, there's life growing inside you. And for me, it was a little bit of a roller coaster, kind of like Mindy. I had an ectopic pregnancy. I almost died.
Wow.
I tried to get pregnant again for about a year. And when I heard my son's first heartbeat, that was like, it became real. I said, yeah, he's growing inside me. And when I held him for the first time, that moment, it's
Priceless.
It's priceless.
Yes.
That moment is just beautiful. It's like you're holding the greatest gift of life.
I think so. Not that it was like an aha moment, but I think in nature, like when you're a mom, your automatic is to nurture, to love, to take care of. And I had gestational diabetes, and I remember when they told me the diet and what to do and all the ins and the outs, and then they told me what would be the consequence to my baby had I not taken care of. And so I was super strict with both pregnancies. I did not play around. Like I did not, there was no cheating, there was no anything. And because the thought that it could affect my baby was like, so yeah, I think that probably would have been the moment. It's like mom mode kicked in, and I was like, nope, gotta be good. Gotta like my baby's not gonna have any side effects because of me. Like you're gonna be good coming into this world.
Yeah.
No negotiation.
None.
What about that moment when they grab your finger?
I love it.
Everybody loves that.
Yes. There's so many moments. I mean, I think for me, my moment where I realized, oh my gosh, I'm a mom.
And you were the first?
I was the first because I think I'm the oldest. I think for me was when I found out I was pregnant, because I remember ever since I was a little girl, a teenager, I always knew that I wanted to be a young mom. And I didn't want to wait. You know, I got married very young. And literally 4 months after, I got pregnant.
Wow.
But I wanted to.
How old were you?
I was 22.
Oh, yeah.
I was 22. And so once I found out I was pregnant, I kept testing myself over and over. I'm like, is this real? Because I was so excited.
Isn't that weird that you do that?
So excited. I just wanted to make sure, confirm, and I was just so excited. So when I saw that the test was positive, I was just like, wow, I'm a mom. Like that moment for me was, I'm a mom.
Your world changes.
Because you know that there is a baby inside of you that is about to develop and grow and finally, you know, give birth. But I think there's a lot of moments that made me remind myself like, oh my gosh, this is me becoming a mom. Like what Julie said, having the baby on your chest, what Karen said, the baby holding your finger. I mean, all of those moments for me, it just kept reminding me, oh my gosh, I'm a mom. So beautiful.
So cute. I love that.
Beautiful.
You know, when they tell you the very moment you give birth, your mom instinct is gonna kick in like a switch.
Yes.
Yes.
You can. Sure. I wouldn't. I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, right, sure. Yeah. That's not true. Tell me why the first night I was trying to breastfeed my son, and the very first night he just kept crying and crying and crying, and I called the nurse. It was maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I said, "There's something wrong with him. I know I'm not either he's not, I don't know how to breastfeed. Something is going on with him." "No, he's fine." She's like, "It's normal. He's a newborn." An hour passes by. She comes back and they check his sugar level, and it was really low because I wasn't producing any milk. So they gave us donor's milk.
Oh, love that.
And that's when I realized I may not be able to breastfeed my baby, but I felt it right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute,
Something didn't feel right.
what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't, you know, if it's not your kid, you wouldn't know, like, oh, you know, just put them, you know, just.
Right.
But when it's your kid, your baby, you feel it, you know it, you just know. Like as a mom, you already know.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. Ruben and I were almost certain that we were only going to have 2 children. And so I think even...
And you nailed it.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Ruben's like, yes.
He's like, are you trying to tell me something?
Surprise! No, But I think it's special, like as the first one was, we knew Alyssa, even though she was our second, she was going to be our last one. And so there was something, I think, a little, like there was also something joyous about that moment, knowing like this was the last time I was going to carry a baby in my belly. And, well, she was a girl, right? So we'd have a boy and a girl, and just, it was a totally different experience. The pregnancy was different. The labor was completely different. I mean, they are very different. Like, I mean, there's just...
Which one was easier? Which one, like how...
So Riley was more, I had more complications with trying to feed him and breastfeed him right away. And so I had to do like transitioning, and that was like incredibly emotional.
Yeah.
And Alyssa latched right away, and she also slept longer right away. Riley woke up every hour and a half till he was 15 months.
Wow.
And Alyssa started like 4 hours, 5. And then by the time she was 9 months, she was sleeping through the night. Her labor was super simple.
Mindy's like, oh, this is my daughter.
That's a girl.
Yeah. And then I think the secondary joy was watching them like bond. Yeah. The bonding moment, when Alyssa got a little bit bigger and she can move around. Riley loved it, and he would dress her in superhero clothes. And they would play, and her favorite like animation was Iron Man.
Back then, yeah.
Back then her favorite was Iron Man, and she knew nothing about princesses because he was like, I don't do that. So like it was really cool to see that like connection, and that like this,
awesome.
and they'll never know a life without one another, right? Like they'll always have each other, and I think that was really.
How far apart are they?
They're a year and a half.
That's
about a year and a half.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
My kids as well.
they're really close. You
I
too,
mean,
right?
they were both on bottles, both on diapers. They, went to school together, and they're, I think they were pretty close. I mean, they always fought, of course. I think that's
Yes.
normal.
Totally normal.
Just like my sister and I. Still. But yeah, I love the fact that I had them very close, because just like your kids too. Your kids are close too.
My girls are only a year and 3 months apart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how far is your third, Diego, from?
From the second and third, 23 months.
Okay.
That's still really
Very
Yeah,
close.
that is.
I had
They're all.
I talk about this all the time. I had 3 under 5.
Wow. That
awesome,
must
though.
have been a lot of work.
So yeah.
But
right now
don't you
it's
think
nice.
it was worth it, because they're all, kind of
Yeah,
close?
they
I
are.
mean, of course they're going to fight, because
Yeah.
that's normal. But, to see them grow together, I think that's
the way they take care of
fun.
each other. They tell me at school all the time, like they know them as this Macias siblings, so they always say, like, they all take care of each other. And especially imagine the 2 older girls with Diego when he started kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
like
Oh,
bodyguards.
yeah.
They are moms.
little moms.
Yeah. It's very nice.
That's
Cute.
awesome.
I like that.
I mean, your kids are pretty close, right?
They're 4 years apart.
Oh, they're 4 years apart. Yeah.
It just seems that way because Stevie thinks she's like 16.
20.
So it just seems that way.
I love her.
No, Stevie's really good. Honestly, she's, with Pay, I think we needed her.
Yeah.
Like the like emotional part of having Peyton, and then learning all of that. And then the fear of like, having another kid with a disability is like, it's very real. And then when we finally were like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, wow, we needed this girl in our
so
life.
mature for her
We
age.
needed her. I mean, she's so good with Pay. We'll be walking somewhere and she's holding Pay like on the back, and she's like, don't worry, Mom. I got her if she runs, and I'm like, girl, if she runs, she's taking you with her. But I don't say it. I'm like, peace out, Mom. Yeah, she's gonna be dragging you. But I'm just like, oh, thank you, baby. Like, like we needed her. I mean, she rats Pay out all day. Mom, Peyton's doing. And I'm like, oh my, thank you. Peyton's
little
gonna run
alarm.
outside. I'm like, okay, I'll go get her. So yeah, we needed that girl.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I just saw, we all saw you were on a vacation with your son.
Yes.
Oh my, I could imagine how wonderful that was.
Yeah.
Tell
It
us
was
about
cute.
it.
Even the little videos.
He
so
had to be in
cute.
heaven.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was. So he's been asking, hey, Mommy, like I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach in Mexico. And I already knew he was talking about Cancun.
Yes.
So I took him. It was just the 2 of us. And it was just an amazing bonding time. Just an amazing bonding time. I mean, we danced, we played, we just, like little kids, I become such a little girl when I'm with my son. You know, like I put YouTube and I just play songs and we just dance like, woohoo, you know, and then like played and we ordered like, you know, room service. And I don't think I've ever been at the beach for that long of a time.
Yeah,
that
you
time.
were there for like 3 hours.
I'm like, kid, I'm burning, like my skin.
Beautiful.
I know. Gorgeous.
You're not burnt now.
I swear so my legs are kind of like allergic to the salt water, like the ocean water. And I was just miserable, but my son was so happy. And people were, you know, they were asking like, oh my God, are you here by yourself? No, I'm not by myself. You don't know. You know,
Do you see this little person here?
That's
Not by myself.
That's my kid. No, but we had a really good time. It was like the sun, the beach, the pool, and all over again the next day.
Because even when I get alone time with one of them, they love it, right? When they have your undivided attention.
Yep.
So
Yes.
even like just a car ride with one kid,
Yes.
I'm able to have a conversation and have that fun and dance, and they're not fighting in the back, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And the most amazing part is that he's already 4 and he talks like he's just like, mommy, you know, he speaks only Spanish, right? So he's like, mommy, you know, and the sun's already down, the moon is out, like let's go for a walk, not the pool, but let's just go take a walk. Cute. And then he would be like, oh mommy, like I want to go to the store, or mommy, I want ice cream, and he would just talk to me. And when I would grab the phone, he's like, mommy, no phone, you know, just me and you. And the fun, so there was a moment, because I mean, he's like, the kids are so energetic.
Yes.
Right. He's like super, like, I mean, full on battery from 6 a.m. to like midnight.
Yes.
So I was so tired. It was an entire week. So one night I kind of lost it a little bit, like, hey, stop, you know, like kind of like, you know, like lo regañé tantito. Like I was just kind of like, hey, stop it. And he's like, he looked at me and he said, mommy, I'm just so happy. Don't be mad. And you're all, so he said it in Spanish. He's like, mami, no te enojes, por favor. Estoy muy contento contigo.
Oh my gosh, I would have melted.
I melt. I didn't cry, but I did. Not in front of him.
He touched your
He
heart.
touched my heart. I
Yeah.
said, you know, sometimes they're just so happy to be with us.
Yeah.
And that moment was golden.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
that age is like, I think was one of my favorite ages.
Totally.
Because you're so innocent.
Yeah.
And I'm so like, seeing your stories was so like nice for me to watch, because I think those are one of the best memories you'll ever have as a mom,
Yeah.
and that your son will ever have as a little boy, and he'll never forget that trip.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you saw him walking around the resort like he knew what
owned
he
that
was doing.
place.
He was like, Mom, keep up.
Come on, come on.
Oh, and then he would take off and run, and he was just like, I mean, it was just a beautiful, beautiful experience. I am planning on taking him to New York next time.
Wow.
And I mean, the trips are going to continue. I want my son to have I want us to have a strong bond,
Yeah.
not just because we're going to travel, but because we're going to have quality time.
Yeah.
And I do remember the best moments I have of my parents. It's when we did things together as a family, or when I just did things together with my mom,
Right.
just us, and my dad, just us, because it's so good to really get to know your kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, he's my son, you bathe them, you know, you feed them, you work for them to have the best, you know, you have money for a good nanny, blah, blah, blah. But to get to know them and talk to them, like, how are you feeling today? How do you feel about mommy? That it's a different level of love.
For sure.
You know, and they will always remember, I want my son to come to me if he needs something than to the wrong person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, always have an open door policy. Like, I'm never going to be mad at you. I
Yeah.
always tell my kids, I don't care what mistakes you make in life. I'm never going to be mad at you. I can't, because I love you so much.
Yeah.
And, I was young too. I did mistakes too. Maybe not as bad, because I was always a good girl, but, I still made mistakes. And in general, it just reminds me that, no one's perfect. No one will ever be perfect. But as moms, we have that true unconditional love that it does not matter what our kids do. We're always going to be, available for them.
Yeah, when we thought about joy, I actually thought about Joel. He is like a little bundle of joy. Tell us a little bit about him and sort of like whose personality is he like you? Julie,
He's
or how would
totally
you-
me. Ivan thinks it's him. I don't know. We always go back and forth.
They're just jealous because
But,
he's such a
And I
boy.
can't say it because I get it from everyone that meets him. Like, oh my God, your son. Oh my God, he came in and he just like, bundle of joy. He'll ask the most random questions. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
That's you.
He'll open up cabinets and the fridge and like ask questions. Why do you have this? Why did you guys buy this? Where did you get this? How much was this? Like, he's just such a curious person like me, but he has such a heart. And I mean, you guys, from like my friends to like strangers to like the teachers. One day, my son has speech therapy, and his speech therapist called me to follow up on where he's at, and she literally talked for 30 minutes about, oh my God, your son is so adorable, he's one of my favorites, he talks about his cat, he talks about his sister, like just the love that he has. And I'm like, okay girl, when are you going to talk about like what
going on
speech
in
but, I mean, and the same
work on.
so it's so funny because she called me again, and I was busy, and I'm like, Ivan, can you take the call? It's the therapist. And the same thing, he's like, oh my gosh, she talked to me for like forever about Joel and how much she loves him and his personality and how lovable he is. And he just has a very genuine heart. And I love that he loves others and is just so thoughtful.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
had to bring him up because he does. Everywhere he goes, he sparks joy. And I just was like, I had to share that.
I can't say it because I'm the mom, but
Yeah. My kids are in that teen tween age, and everyone talked about like how it was going to be incredibly dramatic. And I was really worried that there would be a disconnection point from my kids. Cause I mean, I was, believe it or not, I was rebellious in junior
You
high.
were?
That was like my stage.
Slightly?
My poor no, very. And that was my poor
I don't
parents.
believe you, Mindy.
we don't believe
We'll
you.
talk about it off the air. No, but so now my kids are asking me questions like, well, Mom, did you ever try this? Mom, did you ever try that? And I'm like, oh,
Do I lie? Do I?
well, but you know what? I think it's opened up a lot of dialogue, right? And I love this age because they're really thinking deeply about like the next phase of their life and the kind of human being they want to be. I talked a lot about them, like how they care for friendships and how they nurture relationships. And I love that they love to spend time with me. Like, I just really didn't think, I thought they'd really be at that phase where they're like, Mom is like, please go away. But my son, it was so cute. I took him to freshman orientation and he full on like this, like had his arm around me. And he was like,
is so
hugged me.
adorable with
He's
you.
So adorable.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just like, oh my God, my heart just melts. And my little Alyssa loves having her friends over, and they even helped me one day like set up for the podcast. And we're all
Wow.
here, and they're teaching me dances, and like we're having
reels.
fun, and they do our reels with us.
assistant.
They're a reels
Is
assistant.
this okay, Mom?
Is child labor? Yeah.
Dramatic.
I mean, and not that parenting doesn't have its challenging
Yeah.
sides, but I feel really blessed. Like I don't know what another season will look like. I don't know what high school will bring, and I pray they're not as rebellious as my junior high days.
were.
But I'm thankful that they bring a lot of joy into mine and Ruben's life, and I think a lot of that is like having a partner who's on the same page with me is helpful.
Oh, yeah.
And sort of how we're raising, our children and just helping to move them in the right direction. But they're like little sponges right now.
Yes.
They absorb everything. And I want them to be better than I ever will be in my life.
Right.
That's what I wish for them.
I think that's everyone's goal. You always
Right.
dream and think of the kids being better than you. I think that's why sometimes I catch myself and I wonder, am I being too hard on them? I'm like, no, I'm not. Because you want them to be better than you.
Yeah.
So the advice that we always give is like kind of hard, but with love. And I always hope for them to hopefully take my advice and understand that my advice comes from, love and a good place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only been a mom for 4 years, and It's been the best 4 years ever. And now that I think about it, I now value my mom even more.
Yes. So true.
I can
Yes.
actually, you know, I sent her a text the other day and she called me crying. And I was just like, I kind of just felt like, you know, when you just feel the need of just like texting someone,
Yes.
you know, like we text each other all the time. You know, I just had that need of texting my mom. And she called me crying and she's like, are you okay? I said, I'm great. I'm just so grateful that no matter how I've been and I was and I will be probably, like you're always there no matter what. That's unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I value you and I cannot picture life without you. And I promise you I will be a better version of me now that I have my son, because my son adores my mom. Grandma, and he wants to go with grandma all the time, and he chooses grandma over mom. And I mean, I don't know what grandma does. Like the cookies and the ice cream really work, but seriously, and I'm like, I want to be a mom like my mom.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, text your mom or
Yes.
somebody you love. Text them right now.
This is your reminder to be
Yes.
grateful for your parents, especially mom, because moms do so much for us. And I think you're right. You know, like every time I had like challenges with my kids, I always thought, wow, I appreciate my mom a lot more now. But you know
think you
what?
just see what
I
it
never
is.
texted her. I never called her. I'm going to tell her today.
Yeah.
I am.
Let's take
right now.
Are we going to go ahead and do this now? Literally.
You're gonna say something.
No, I was teasing. I was gonna say how she said that he wants to go with grandma, and Steven always teases that Stevie. He's like, I don't understand what happened, but it's somewhere Stevie you imprinted on my child, and I don't really know how this happened because Stevie is like obsessed with my mom. I love that. Obsessed with her. So we always tease.
That is so funny. He'll wake up and be like, grandma? And I'm like, wait, like, good morning, mom. It's a funny story. This morning, I'm like, papi, I'm gonna get ready, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you later. Okay, I'm going with grandma.
Wow.
Bye, mommy. I'm like, okay, peace out.
Yeah, my kids still, they're right there. Riley's 14, Alyssa gonna be 13, and they still like to do sleepovers with my mom and Ruben's mom. Like, they have grandparents are incredily special if you're blessed to have them in your life or whatever season, you know, of your life you have them. But they are just, you know, I asked them, you know, they're like, it's like the best part of parenting because you've sort of went through all the challenges and you've learned from your mistakes. They're so much more patient and they're kinder. And yes, they do bribe them with good food.
I was just going to say that. Our parents bribe our kids so much. And I think that's why they love our grandparents. I mean, our parents. They're grandparents.
You know, those like social media videos are so true when they're like
To the T.
When they're like me growing up, eat that and you know blah 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 blah, and then grandkid
Ice cream for breakfast.
Oh, you know, little car. You don't want the honey? Okay, what do you want? Like
The
What do they call it
kids
in
know.
Spanish? Alcahuete.
yes, and alcahuetes. Yes,
Wow.
That's hilarious. You
but
know, it's
that's-
interesting. Ruben and I have had the opportunity to have a couple young adults come live with us who didn't have parents or moms who were stable in their lives. And I think that for me, besides when I had kids, and I definitely appreciated my mom more, but not realizing not every mom has that nurturing side.
Yes.
Not every mom has that compassion. Not every mom stays in touch with their children. And some moms have their own struggles and have actually disconnected. And so I think that was the moment for me that I was like, wow, I'm so grateful for the sacrifices my mom made, realizing that not every mom chooses that path. Right. And sometimes
100%.
it's different. And you know, and then just the blessing of I always wanted, I actually wanted 3 kids when Ruben and I first met. And then we finally
you do have 3 kids. Ruben.
Totally. I agree.
That is so true.
Ruben's a big baby.
She didn't even start with your kids.
love
She
you,
started with
Ruben.
Ruben. She started with Ruben.
She's not with your biggest baby
He's your
first.
first baby.
My kid's a always say, Mom, before us, your first baby was dead. I'm like, yep.
See, Ruben?
If I'm hugging Orlando, or like, and then they're like, what are you doing? Like, he was my first baby. He was actually my first baby.
Got it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That was cute.
No, I'm really lucky. I do not have to parent Ruben.
Good job to Ruben's mom.
Yes. Amazing husband. No, but Nolani is her name. Nani is what we called her. She came to live with us for 2 years, and I was like, Nani, this is the best, because by the time she came to us, she was already, I think, 18 or going to be 18. And so I was like, I didn't have to go through the sleepless nights. I didn't have to go through the diaper changes. I didn't have to go through your rebellious stage. You know, by the time she came here, she was like ready for college and career and life and all those
You're like,
things.
let's do it.
You're speaking my language.
It's right up my alley.
But it did feel like this complete moment I'd always desired. But because I had challenges with my pregnancies, the doctors said it wouldn't be safe for me to conceive a third one, because they risk coming earlier and earlier and risking disabilities, you know, for the child. And I think at some point, Ruben, he was sure he wanted to stop that too. Although sometimes now he says, it would have been nice to have one more, right? But yeah, I mean, just, you know, being able to step into a role that is not mom, but a motherly figure, it was just it was special. Nani still comes. She came last weekend, and we did slumber party nights, and, you know, she spends the day with us like a child that went to college and, you know, comes back type thing. So I think motherhood takes a lot of different forms. Parenthood takes a lot of different forms. And she was unexpected. She was an unexpected blessing many years down the line.
Nice.
But my children absolutely love her, and they all do act like siblings together.
Oh, that's cute.
I saw that when you were putting your Christmas tree after
In November.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I was going to say Halloween. I'm kidding.
It was Halloween.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. On November 1st.
Oh, that's funny.
We're not judging.
Yes, but Nolani
I'm not judging. I want to get that early.
She came to decorate the tree, the family tradition. And so, yeah, we're just so proud of her and what she's been able to accomplish. And, you know, despite the challenges, she is really, you know, she's a part of our family. She went on the family trips with us. And, yeah, just love her like no other.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
fun
was
to
just
see the, like, her coming into, like, what you prepared her for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's cute.
Yeah. And to see her thriving in it, it just makes my heart so happy.
Yeah.
So what challenges have you guys had to go through with your kids?
Oh, man, we did literally 2 podcasts on the.
We already talked about that.
Yes, we're talking about the joy.
I wasn't there.
We weren't present for those.
I'm like wondering, why aren't you guys bringing that up? I'm like, I'm going to wait.
So right now, my son is into the body parts and the heart. So every morning, he wants me to check his heart, and he wants to check mommy's heart. So we like,
That's adorable.
mommy, and it's like, it's adorable. He's just like, he gets these little things in his head.
That is
It's so joy. I'm like, what's gonna be next? What's gonna be next? You know, and he is just adorable. I'm so in love with him. He has me like wrapped around his little finger, and I love him.
See, that's why I love that age, because they're so innocent and they're so curious.
And they're so attached to you.
To talk about things that we just don't even think about, you know? And it makes you be more involved and more present and more like, wow.
And
my
think like
son
a
really
kid.
wants to know
Yes.
things that I don't think about.
Yeah, it's like
Sometimes.
I remember taking the kids like different places for the first time, and like seeing the world through their eyes. Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like how many times you take for granted that you've been to a beach, or that you've been to Disneyland, or that you've been to, you know, traveling, but for them it's like the very first time they're seeing the world or a different part of the world, and their enthusiasm for it. And I told Ruben, man, I didn't realize like I was going to kind of get to relive a childhood, like relive the Christmases and relive all those like memories and that nostalgia. Like, it's the best.
I'm going to tell you
it's so
guys
fun.
something, okay? Because I think I'm the mother with the oldest kids. So I'm going to tell you guys your future of something you're going to go through.
Tell me it's good.
No, it is good. It is good. When your kids grow up to become young adults and you look through their old pictures when they're little and videos when they're little, you're going to cry. I cry all the time. So I remember
looking at Stevie's
when my husband and I were on our way to Colombia, because we went out there to celebrate our 20-year anniversary. This was a couple years ago. I don't know, you know how Facebook has like the memories?
Oh, yes.
So it popped up and I was crying. He's like, why are you crying? You need to be happy. We're going to go celebrate. I'm like, you have no idea what I'm looking at. Like, he's like, oh my gosh. So it was hilarious because I was so emotional, crying, looking at these pictures and videos. I'm like, I miss my kids being little and they were so innocent and they used to love me more. He's like, they still love you. They love me more. They still love you. It's just, they're in a different place, exactly. And so every time I receive that unexpected hug, I just get so emotional. I'm like, oh, they do love me.
Do they tease you? Do they tease you when you get emotional?
Oh yeah, all the time. They're like, Mom.
My mom and Steven's mom, when they get emotional, we tease them. And then now when we're emotional, I'm like, don't do it.
But I love it. I love having those moments because my husband reminds me, you gotta be present and just acknowledge that they're older and it's okay to have those feelings, but just appreciate your kids being older right now. And I'm like, you're right. I do appreciate it. It's just that I guess I don't know, I'm a girl. I'm a crybaby. I cry all the time.
Yeah. Before we wrap up the podcast, I'd love for anyone who'd like to share a story. They're one of their favorite memories with their children. I'll start, and then whoever wants to sort of jump in would be fine. Ruben and I had the opportunity to go on a summer road trip with the kids, and we went to 8 different states, 9 being throughout California. And Ruben and I, it was the first time we were entrepreneurs. And so we were able to just disconnect for many weeks at a time. And there was so much road that had no cell reception, which I always find freaking awesome. Like when I can disconnect. But there was this moment you said about being present is what reminded me. And we went to go see the Great Salt Lake, and it smells horrific because it's like sulfur and like dead fish, but it's beautiful. But it doesn't have like a regular beach line that's just kind of like straight across like you would see in California. And so it was all the way really, really deep out. So, I mean, you're talking about maybe 30 feet from what a normal shoreline would be. So we go out there and we're laughing and we're jumping over logs and we're trying not to get our feet wet because we don't want to smell like fish. And I mean, the kids and I were just like having a ball and we're taking pictures. And then we go, okay, it's time to go. And we turn around and the ocean is around us. It's on the backside of us. And we're like, where did all that water come from? And we realized we're just standing on this like little island of sand at this point, and we're like, how deep is that water? Like, so I have this picture and it's so cool because it looks like we're walking on water, like, because we are. But I mean, like,
right.
You're walking through water.
Yeah.
I think Jesus is the only one that walks on water.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Sorry, Jesus. Yeah, so
She was trying to take your job.
Thank you for clarifying. So we're walking on the water, and I have all these pictures of these moments of us walking and laughing like hysterically, and we had to all take off our shoes before we could get in the car because now they just smell.
Oh my
How
gosh.
bizarre.
And then we got locked in, and we couldn't find our way out. Like, and we just laughed so much. And in an ordinary world that is so busy, it would have felt like hectic, and you would have been like angry. But because we were just so in the moment and present, we could laugh at what just happened. Then I had to clean everyone's shoes. Not fun. But besides that, I mean, that was that summer trip out of all the things we have done and experienced was my favorite because we just had undivided time with our kids, and it was just the 4 of us.
I love that.
To add to that, I agree. Anytime we've taken a trip, that's the best because you're disconnected. You're away from everything, from reality. So that's been the best memories.
For me, it was when we went to the Grand Canyon. I think it was last year. And it was like the same thing. Like it was just us 4. And, normally you go with a group of friends to different like parts. Like this was just us 4. And it was so nice to like disconnect. There was parts where the phone wasn't really working. And I remember we tented in the truck, and his truck, you put like a tent over. And I'll just never forget. It was like, we were going through a lot, just opening a business and so much going on with the world. And we just said, okay, guys, the phones all go in here. We're going to go in circles. And I think we were like like eating chips or something. I don't know. And we were just like, okay, everyone goes around and says 3 things that you like about the person. So like Joel had to say something, Lily had to say something, me and Ivan said something about the kids. And just the moment, kind of like you being away, you know, the world is going a million miles per hour. But for us, it was just like a moment of silence and just us four and reconnecting. And it was beautiful. Like I'll never forget that Grand Canyon trip was so nice, and just riding the bikes and the nature. It was beautiful. I love moments like that.
I do love that.
Those are the best.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to share a favorite moment?
I think mine would be the same, like your guys' our road trips with the girls.
Yeah.
We've done cross country twice with the girls.
Oh,
And it's because we're terrified to pay on a plane.
Yeah.
And we did same. We went to go see Steven's grandpa who lives near Reno, and we always go to Virginia City. Our favorite is taking the old fashioned pictures. We love taking them. Stevie loved it. That's our favorite. We've stopped there. We always stop and see Grandpa. And then we go, and Stevie loves it. Like she asks all the time, like, when are we going to go see Grandpa? Cause she loves being there. And it's, you know, he just has like outside of his house, it's just, he collects like and in that area, it's where like a lot of the mines and all that are, where it's like the rocks that you can crack open. It has the crystals.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they love, like, they'll go pick them. It has like the opals and all that. So when you go to Virginia City, you could pick like opal rings, necklaces and all that. Stevie loves it. It's just like an old town. Looks like a little Western town. But yeah, that, like, going to his best friends in Nebraska, and then we would go to my dad's, stopped at my cousin in Arkansas. So we just make our way around with family, and the girls, we get to see them with their cousins. And, you know, my aunt has side-by-sides and all the outdoorsy things. So she's always pulling everything out so we can go riding around the town. They're in a little town, it's West Frankfort. So it's really small. So my grandma used to live right up the street, and they would just drive over to her house, say hi to her. And yeah, just being able to have those family moments. Sure. We have so many videos of the girls during that time, because we're at the park on a swing, and my dad's just recording all of us on the swings. And I think those are my favorite.
Precious.
So if you're watching this, book a family trip.
Yes.
Yeah, so true.
I feel like a lot of our favorite family moments are when we take trips.
yes.
I think for me, I'm also going to choose when we went to the Grand Canyon, because we had a moment where we didn't say nice things to each other like Julie sounded so
cute.
beautifully.
It was
I just steal that idea.
Yeah, he's like, okay, guys, we're
That
going to
was
do this.
awesome.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But we actually just had a moment of silence. We were just like staring in the sky, because the Grand Canyon, when you look at the sky in the middle of the night, the stars are shining so bright. And we had that moment of silence as a family, just looking at the stars, the sky. It was bright, you know, and it was beautiful. It was just an amazing moment. I loved that moment. And I'll never forget
Sounds
it.
amazing.
It does. Well, ladies, this has been awesome. This episode has really brought my heart so much joy.
I know.
Oh, wait, I am home. You are home. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Exchanging Secrets on YouTube and on Instagram. Love you, friends. Bye. Thank you, friends, for joining us. Tune in each week as we give you an intimate window into our decades of friendship and exchange secrets on how we are striving to successfully navigate life's challenges. Remember to like and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube and other podcast platforms. The content in our podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute medical, legal, financial, or other professional advice. Please consult with a professional for specific advice tailored to your situation. The views and opinions expressed by our guests and sponsors are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Tell Me Your Secrets, LLC.